In this video, we're going to talk about how to start profitably selling on Amazon Online Arbitrage this month, step by step. And if you're brand new here, welcome. My name is Miles. I'm a 23-year-old full-time Amazon seller. I've done about 1.8 million in sales the last 12 months, completely online arbitrage, and that's what I talk about here on my channel 3 times a week. So if you want to see more videos like that, make sure to subscribe and join our free Discord down below. There's over 24,000 Amazon sellers in it that we live stream weekly. Tons of good and free content in there, so make sure to join that. Let's get right in the video. Here inside my screen now, we're going to take a look at some of the important parts that'll go into really getting going on Amazon, being profitable, and understanding how to do it the right way from the get-go, learning expectations, and all that. So the first thing is ungating. A big problem, and this is something I personally ran into a lot when I was getting started, is nearly everything you just scan. If you go to like the Walmart clearance section or something, which is what everyone on TikTok wants you to do, but that's not how you actually make a bunch of money with this, is you'll scan stuff and you'll end up being restricted for a lot of it. And basically what restrictions and ungating is, or gating, I guess, is basically Amazon limits people who are new selling big brands because there's lots of issues with counterfeits and different stuff that goes like that. So it kind of makes sense from their perspective to limit a lot of the big brands and categories like Legos, toys, beauty products, grocery items, that kind of stuff. Just that there could be a lot of variability in if every new seller were allowed to sell it. And literally back in 2019 when I started, I didn't sell anything besides used books for nearly the first 2 years, like about the first year and a half, because I didn't know how to do ungating, and no one did, or at least no one told me on socials. And the nice thing is now that information's all out there and available for free, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. So the nice thing is, ungating is very easy now. A decent rule of thumb is that if you submit the invoice enough times, pretty much every site works from my experience, or I've seen a lot of sites work on everything. But this is a big one that'll work well for you guys. It's called Frontier Co-op, so just frontiercoop.com. And they have a variety of stuff. The key is basically just, like, let's go to, grocery here. So find an item on here that's also listed on Amazon. Like it's probably one of the big brands here. I personally was auto ungated, but you can use this site for beauty and grocery here. You can just find something on here that's also listed on Amazon. So you can just coast around here. There's a whole bunch of stuff that works. I know Burt's Bees is a popular one a lot of people use. Okay, well, maybe they don't have Burt's Bees on here. But either way, this site works for ungating, and I've seen tons of people use it. It's the typical recommendation I give out in terms of that. I know they have a wholesale site as well. If you want to get a little bit more here, check this out. Shop by category, shop by brand. Maybe they have Burt's Bees on here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I knew I wasn't off on that. Yeah, so you could order 10 of an item off here, preferably the cheapest as possible. You just have to make sure it's also listed on Amazon. Then on Seller Central, you go to add product and see if you're gated in it, see what category. It's typically beauty and grocery, the big ones to do off here, pet supplies. And then you can apply for it using the invoice you get from here. Luckily, the Burt's Bees stuff is very cheap. You can just filter by, maybe you can filter by lowest. Okay, can't. Yeah, maybe close out right here. Go on here, as well as some of the other sites people typically use. So eBay is one. I've even seen like Walmart shipping receipts work, which obviously that doesn't end up working for a lot of people, but if you resubmit it enough times, I think like it's just the computer on Amazon's end that goes through it, as well as capital expectations. So this is pretty important. So in order to make like $1,000 profit, you need to spend about $3K at a 30% ROI. Depending on how quickly you want to move this, if you have any experience with it, I would say probably start out and try to spend like $500 your first week or something like that. Just make it realistic to where you can actually grow it and not make the mistakes you're inevitably going to make that expensive. And that's why I don't mind used books as a starting point. But for those of us who are ambitious and want to make thousands in profit quickly, it's going to be a lot easier to do it with arbitrage, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, that kind of thing. So I'd say a realistic starting point is like $1,000 to $1,500. You can spend like $100 to $200 on ungating, get a couple big categories done: beauty, grocery, one of those, couple of those, and then you'll be ready to go. Realistic expectation is that your first month, it's going to be very like you're just getting started. You're learning how everything works. You're making some purchases. And the number one thing to try to get is just that proof of concept, right? Initially, you just want to get those first sales. It could be merchant fulfilled, right? It just doesn't even have to be profitable. You just want to get that initial proof of concept to get the ball rolling and really start to, see some success with this. And then the nice thing is after 3 months, after 4 months, all you're doing, the only thing you need to learn is continuing to get good at sourcing items, right? Because you already know how to create a shipment. You already know how to list a product. Probably have a repricer going. You already know how to deal with Amazon, shipments and inventory. And all that. Nice thing is the only variable then that can grow is sourcing products. And it's a lot easier once you get those basics down. The key is that most people quit prior to that because they want instant gratification. And if you're looking for that, it's not the place to be. We keep it real and we talk about how to actually make money with this stuff. Like my first 18 months on Amazon, I probably only made around like 10 grand of profit. And then literally I made 50K in profit last December and like 25 this month in May and 30 last month, something like that. So it's, a lot, right? It's really excited about that and everything. But that's what happens when you do something every day for a year in a row. Like I've been doing online arbitrage every single day for 15 months and my camera's a little screwed up, but we'll just have to deal with it here. And everything because the stand's messed up right here. But so capital, right? So if you, all right, well, we will edit that out. My camera just fell, but we'll keep going with my with just my head here. It's interesting. And so 3 grand out of 30% spend will get you about 1,000 in profit, and that might be realistic for your second month or something like that. But the key when you're initially getting started is just to get that initial proof of concept. In terms of tools to get right from the get-go, so you want to get our tools SellerAmp and Keepa, which is going to run you about $43 a month, depending on the euro exchange rate on Keepa if you get the full version of SellerAmp and the Keepa paid version. Take a look at what that looks like. Other ones I use personally, Inventory Lab, which is $49 a month, and BQL AI, which is $100 a month, which is a software that reprices my inventory. All of these ones you'll probably want to get like a month in or 2 weeks in. But then again, if you have 5 grand you're starting with, get these immediately too. Like if you're one of our students in the FBA roadmap, you can get a free month of BQ linked in there. So that's a great resource as well. And so let's talk about sourcing items and how to actually use these tools. So sourcing is the big thing that moves the needle for you, right? So immediately when you come to a product, you have SellerAmp installed. Right here, you can come down and you can see just the basics. So the BSR is the sales rank, which shows how well that product sells compared to the other ones in its category. See estimated sales, max cost, the sale price, your expected profit, and ROI. So like if we could get this product for like $5, you would make a 54% ROI right here. And SellerAmp also just want to show down here, you can see some more information, although I mainly focus up here and come down. You can see the Keepa chart as well, which we'll look at in detail, and then the profit calculator, some of the different fees and everything like that. You can filter for discounts. We can see our competition here, which is pretty cool. We can see their stock counts, their expected price, their margin potentially, and everything like that. And we can see I've looked up this item a few times here. Understanding Keepa right here. So Keepa is another one of the necessary tools. So we can see the third-party FBA price over time. We'll take out all these, just show you the basics. So the buy box, that's like the buy it now option. That's the most important thing, as well as the sales rank, which shows the demand. So we can see instantaneously right now, the sales rank is about 48,000 compared to all the other products in this category. So we can see that sells decently. Here we can see the offer count and the competition. And a question I often get is how many sellers is too many on a listing. It's not necessarily a question of how many is too many, but the trend. Like we can see here that this isn't a drastic change. This is over like 5 months, but still we can see that the price has naturally gone down. And there's cases where this is the exact opposite, in that the offer count's going down and then the price is going up because people can't get more of those products. And in my opinion, the constraint should always be supply, right? Because if you're struggling to get it, other people definitely are. But if you can do what you can and really be diligent about finding stuff, right? Having the constraint be supply, you're going to have no shortage of bad items, assuming you can, or great items, if you can, really hustle around and figure out a way to find stuff, sourcing stuff from multiple websites, potentially wholesale and all that. But all I do is online arbitrage. So we can see that trend right here. You can also see the review count. If the review count's going up, it's definitely selling. and everything like that. Put the third-party FBA in there. We can see that's pretty much constrained to the buy box. I don't like having these selected. I just these three: sales rank, new third-party FBA, and buy box. Then I want to give a quick demo of SellerAmp, the reverse sourcing feature, and how you can actually go ahead and use this to find items. So the nice thing is Amazon actually makes it pretty easy to see what successful sellers are doing, and that you can see what exactly they're selling. And so quick demo of that right here. If we pull up using SellerAmp here, we can get their store open, and we can see immediately their rating count, their ASIN count, all the different brands they carry, and all the different categories they carry. So if you want to filter brand specific, you're pretty good at a specific brand, or maybe you're pretty good at a specific category and anything, and you can just really quickly, we can open a bunch of these and get a vibe of how they are, how they're moving. See, this guy's heavy on great value and fancy feet. This person is heavy on great value, right? So these are probably arbitrage sellers, in that we can see that this product, Amazon isn't on it, right? If Amazon were on it, there'd be a big orange bar right there. And there's over 3 FBA sellers on it. So we know it's not a private label product. And so how I like to think about going on, doing online arbitrage through SellerAmp is just coming here, seeing stuff that fits my criteria. And so I'm not going to look up anything that's under a $20 buy box, just because I need price flexibility there. Let's take so this looks fine. The sales rank's pretty low. Just one click, Google it right here, $11, which is, that's actually going to be close. 21, so we're paying $11 here. Add in, I wonder if these guys have a coupon on sale. This would be, if we get this like 10% off, this actually end up being pretty good. But $12, and let's see what this was recently. 24. Oh, so this is a brand new listing. Yeah, interesting. So this is, you see how this trend is coming up. So this wouldn't be something I'd be interested in just with that trend. We'll look at a couple more products right here. So let's find something over $20 right here. So this pack of 6, I don't love a pack of 6 unless we can pay like $8 for this, which 10, 7, 9, 23. Keep it moving here. 21, 3-pack. I don't love these bundles for how cheap they are. So let's move on. Let's pull someone else up, right? And this should take a while, right? Because this is what other people won't do. Everyone wants to just use software stuff, and doing it manually, there's way more money to be made. So this guy's not making much either. Let's pull up someone that has like, yeah, here we go. 142 reviews. 27. I have a feeling this is, the rank's really low on that as well. $100, $120, nope. Three, 1, 1. 29. So this is almost good. Let's see if this was good in the past. 45. So somewhere people are getting this on sale, but this is close. 29. Yeah, it's not quite good. If this was like $49.99, it'd be pretty good. But you guys get the idea, right? This should take time. This should be hard. Otherwise, everyone would do it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you can get a free trial of SellerAmp. Link in the description. Check out the free Discord. Check out the FBA roadmap. And that's a blueprint on getting started with the profitable online arbitrage business in 2022. So enjoy, and thanks a lot.